watching love, watch his world, getting down to hell. He didn't know his own jokers didn't care as well.
Throwing stones, no one knew that if he struggled it would change the way this boy grew. If he knew the truth, then he wouldn't choose the same path he chose on the morning news. A teenager eager till he found his torso bruised in a ditch, surrounded by the scorching fumes and these broken stones. His hands frozen cold, his lips cracked, ribs snapped, just broken bones. His nose was broke, his phone was cold, no battery left. How could his homies know? Before this, it was normal. He was in his room. He heard his mum crying, trying to push a broom. He tried to help, he cried as well. His mum never knew. He hid the knife beside the shelf. He didn't want to use it, he couldn't take a chance. He had to protect his family till his last. His head's about as cloudy as some lemonade. Only wanted funds and maybe getting paid. Was so very hole in the heart, and not to mention he could make a couple friends and maybe pay for friendship. Maybe change the future, change the computer. Thought to himself, I don't know what I've got to do, bruv. He struggled in class, they called him a jester. The key was in Adam's fam, without the Uncle Fester. It was kinda messed up how he liked to skip, but he had a round for the drink and then his uncle pressed her. He couldn't say a thing, cause he was kinda moist. He knew inside one day he wouldn't have a choice. He'd have to grab a toy and maybe let it rip. Babe played in his face and probably end this prick. But he stuck to his classes, attending school with a smile in his face, pretends he's cool. For a while he would smile, but his friends they knew that he'd struggle for a while till he found a clue, till he found his way, until he found his path. He left school that day and walked back to yard. A couple guys caught his eye, they were in a car with a shiny watch on, kinda going fast. He thought to himself, I could get it if I reached my arm, but the demon heard him talking and brought him into the dark. He made a call, ordered stacks. He met the dealer and then he brought it back. He didn't know how to weigh or put it into bags. Back on the phone, tried calling Rats. Rats was his boy, said he would call him back. He rang 5 minutes later with some morning act. Said he'd be round in about an hour.
Wait, Cody, let me just jump into the shower.
The hour passed slow, like an hourglass. His hands sweating bare, did he have a chance? Maybe at a glance. From a distance, Rats was walking and talking to these other niggas and to these other bres. He didn't know their face, he didn't know about the roads and how the roads had changed. Phone vibrates, only got an answer.
What, you bring it to my yard?
Cars, don't worry Cody, they're here to buy. But they wanna see the product, fam, it's not a hype. They wanna see what they're buying, you should let him try. He couldn't tell he was lying, so we let it slide. Front door, branched open. Thunderous clouds, would it start snowing? He was scared, not prepared, would it start showing that he's never sold drugs and it was hard for him. Next thing he knew, he was bruised, he was running out. 100 clowns around his house and devils started coming down. It's a metaphor for the darkness came. His mum was asleep with the harm her face. If they hurt her hair on the head, he'd start to rage. Find a way in the day to make him feel this pain. He kept running, his legs aching, he couldn't stop crying, and his hands were shaking. He didn't want to face it, he couldn't take it. He should have planned with his family to try and make the papers. Back through the door, all his blood on the floor. His mum's stomach with a knife going up to her jaw. He couldn't touch it, was raw, he couldn't take it no more. He thought to hang himself and wrap her up around to the falls. He sat in the bath, trying to make sense. His mind's aching, he couldn't take this. He was made sick for his dreams that were makeshift. He just looked at the floor, stared for ages. All without eating, no board to the windows and on the ceilings were these drawings. It was awful, it was of these demons reaching down to his soul. You could see him screeching. Grabbed his phone, what happened next? His phone buzzed off with another text. It was Bloody Dex, yeah, that's his name. A big coke dealer, the other day, asking for his money, which he kinda owed. He just stared blankly, his mind kinda froze. He wished they never listened and never let him know. He ticked all the drugs in exchange for his soul.